Setting the stage, developing the paradigms. Gambling, often portrayed as a source of entertainment, excitement, and the prospect of winning, can transform into a perilous cycle for some individuals. Beyond the visible allure of casinos and online platforms, a shadowy realm emerges, one marked by a web of complex traps known as gambling paradigms. This chapter aims to shed light on the intricate nature of gambling paradigms, revealing that it extends far beyond the mere act of placing bets and chasing wins, but rather creates a mental complex web of traps. The chapter will take you into a step-by-step process of how you develop the mental traps or the gambling paradigm that ultimately will stick with you for a lifetime. As a process falling into the traps, we will delve into the psychological, physiological, environmental, and emotional factors that play like a musical choreography with deceptions and illusions of fairy world of gambling paradox. Trap number 1, the deceptive facade. At first glance, gambling presents itself as a harmless pastime, an innocuous pursuit that promises the tantalizing thrill of chance. The allure of flashing lights and the rhythmic shuffle of cards create an atmosphere of excitement and entertainment. However, peeling back this initial facade reveals a deeper reality, one where individuals may unknowingly become entangled in a complex web of psychological and behavioral patterns, marking the beginning of a journey into the intricate realm of gambling paradigm development. The deceptive nature of this facade lies in the veneer of normalcy that cloaks the world of gambling. It masquerades as a recreational activity, a social endeavor, or even a form of skill-based entertainment. Yet, beneath the surface, the psychological currents run deep, and the behavioral patterns begin to weave a tapestry of dependency over events and outcomes of constant, non-stop betting. What starts as a leisurely pursuit of chance can subtly transform into a compulsive need, a craving for the emotional highs and a desperate attempt to escape the lows that accompany the unpredictable nature of gambling outcomes. The deceptive facade is accentuated by societal perceptions that often downplay the risks associated with gambling. The normalization of this activity, coupled with the prevalent narrative of wins and success stories, conceals the darker side that lies beneath. Individuals, initially drawn in by the promise of enjoyment, may find themselves navigating a labyrinth of emotions and choices, unaware of the looming specter of addiction that lurks just beyond the surface. As the deceptive facade of gambling unfolds, it reveals a landscape where the boundaries between recreation and compulsion blur. The flashing lights that once signified excitement can cast shadows of obsession, and the shuffling cards that promised chance can morph into a relentless cycle of wins and losses. The very elements that make gambling seem harmless become the building blocks of complex patterns and systems creation, and never-ending fight to conquer the randomness. Trap number 2, beyond the pursuit of wins, the process itself. Gambling as an activity unfolds as a narrative that defies the traditional pursuit of victories and bypasses the psychological rational thinking process. It surpasses the simplistic desire to amass wealth through successful bets and ventures into a realm where the act of gambling itself becomes a potent force, regardless of the monetary outcome. The essence of gambling lies not solely in the binary realm of winning or losing, but rather in the all-encompassing enthrallment with the process of gambling. And that's the trap. The process becomes a captivating journey that extends far beyond the anticipation of tangible results. In the conventional understanding of gambling, winning is often perceived as the goal, a triumphant moment where luck aligns and the gambler reaps financial rewards. However, gambling paradigms reshape this narrative. It introduces a new paradigm where the thrill of using a system or a method that acts like a tool for prediction, assumptions, and anticipation preceding each bet, which could lead to a perpetual winning, and the associated immersive experience of the gambling environment take precedence over the mere pursuit of winning or monetary gains. The culprit lies in the process of the mental framework itself, which we call it the gambling paradigm. When the process gets triggered, it gets loaded with the sensory overload, the emotional highs, and the adrenaline-fueled moments that accompany each spin, flip, or roll. It's a magnetic pull towards fulfilling the paradigm to claim victory, the rush to claim that the paradigm will lead the way to financial freedom, an enchantment with the unpredictability and excitement woven into the predictability of the games themselves. The addict finds themselves drawn into a compelling narrative where the paradigm becomes the trap and the process eclipses the significance of the outcome. Understanding the gambling paradigm one possesses is pivotal in unraveling the intricate layers of gambling addiction. It prompts a reevaluation of the motivations driving individuals, acknowledging that addiction is rooted not only in the desire for monetary success, but in the seductive grip of the gambling process itself, the gambling paradigm. By recognizing this nuanced paradigm dynamic, efforts to address and overcome it can extend beyond traditional approaches, delving into the realm of the gambling experience and seeking holistic solutions that address the multifaceted nature of the enthrallment with the process and terminating them intelligently through creativity and self-improvement. Trap number 3, the intricacies of psychological entanglement. The intricacies of vulnerability to gambling urge reside within the labyrinth of psychological entanglement with the mental framework prior to placing a bet, where the convergence of reward systems, neurotransmitters, and the intricate dance with chance shapes the compulsive relationship individuals develop with the act of betting. At the core of this complexity lies the brain's response to the uncertainty prior to the betting action, a response that, when intertwined with the promise of reward, sets the stage for the development and reinforcement of impulsive betting behavior. The brain's reward system, governed by neurotransmitters such as dopamine, plays a pivotal role in impulsive betting. Prior to each spin of the wheel, shuffle of cards, or roll of the dice triggers a release of dopamine even before the bet is placed, the neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reinforcement. The unpredictability of outcomes amplifies this response, creating a heightened state of arousal. Prior to placing a bet, anticipation of wins become powerful reinforcers, establishing a neurobiological link between the act of betting itself and the pleasurable sensations associated with potential win. The interplay of chance and reward weaves a tapestry of psychological entanglement. The brain, wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain, becomes captivated by the potential for positive reinforcement. Even in the face of losses, the intermittent rewards of occasional wins sustain the cycle non-stop, contributing to the establishment of compulsive patterns of behavior. The brain, conditioned by the tantalizing prospect of reward, becomes a willing participant in the intricate dance with predictions and betting process. The uncertainty inherent in gambling introduces an additional layer to this psychological entanglement. The brain, faced with the unpredictable nature of outcomes, becomes primed for the emotional roller coaster that accompanies each bet. The anticipation leading up to the potential wins, the rush of adrenaline prior to the bet and during the game, and the emotional aftermath of wins or losses create a complex emotional landscape that further embeds the individual in the perpetual addiction hard to break free from. The very unpredictability that fuels the excitement of the unknown and big wins also becomes a potent force in the reinforcement of self-inflicted addictive behavior. Unpacking these psychological intricacies sheds light on why gambling addiction is not a mere matter of financial losses, but a profound entanglement of the nervous system. The brain, driven by a powerful cocktail of neurotransmitters and responses to unpredictable outcomes, becomes an unwitting collaborator, seeking shortcuts with reward circuitry, gets hooked in the addictive cycle. Recognizing these intricacies is crucial in developing interventions that address the root causes of impulsive and compulsive betting behavior, offering a comprehensive understanding that extends beyond behavioral patterns to the intricate workings of the brain and its response to the excitement of anticipating the uncertain wins with associated rewards. Trap number 4, cognitive distortions. The tapestry of gambling addiction is intricately woven with the excitement of risk-taking, a magnetic force that extends far beyond the promise of financial gains. Within the realm of compulsive gambling, it is not solely about the potential for amassing wealth, but the intoxicating cocktails between adrenaline rush that accompanies the act of placing bets and facing uncertain outcomes and dopamine releases into the bloodstream prior to placing the bets lead to cognitive distortions. This fascination with risk plays a pivotal role in keeping individuals tethered to the unrelenting losing cycle. At its core, the strong affiliation to gambling odds risk taps into the human psyche's innate fascination with the unknown and the thrill of having a control over a prediction to make quick wins. The act of predicting, with its inherent uncertainty, becomes a playground for the thrill seeker, an arena where the very nature of chance becomes a source of excitement. The prospect of winning is intertwined with the adrenaline-fueled anticipation leading up to each bet, creating a heady concoction that captivates the senses and reinforces the emotional ties to the gambling experience. The excitement in the act of having a sense of control during betting becomes a driving force that transcends the tangible outcomes of wins and losses. It is the palpable thrill that accompanies the spin of the roulette wheel, the flip of a card, or the roll of the dice. This thrill, often heightened by the prospect of financial gains due to an illusionary skill or method, becomes an emotional magnet, drawing individuals deeper into the addictive cycle. The allure lies not just in the pursuit of victory, but in the very act of navigating the precarious illusion of control over betting systems or methods. For those caught in the grip of cognitive distortions, such as selective memory and illusion of controls, the mesmerizing selective memories of winning big in the past become a constant companion, a seductive whisper that urges them back to the gambling table time and again. It is a yearning for the emotional highs that accompany the thrill of taking risk, an emotional roller coaster where the peaks of excitement momentarily overshadow the inevitable valleys of eventual disappointment. The illusion of inevitability is yet another cognitive distortion that adds layers to the addictive cycle. It convinces the gambler that losses are temporary setbacks, part of an inevitable ebb and flow that will eventually lead to a turnaround. This distorted belief sustains the hope for redemption, steering individuals to persist in their gambling activities under the misguided notion that success is an unavoidable outcome. The illusion of inevitability becomes a deceptive anchor, preventing individuals from recognizing the true risks and consequences of their actions. These cognitive distortions collectively contribute to go deeper into losing cycle by constructing a cognitive framework that reinforces irrational beliefs. The illusions of control, luck, and inevitability feed into the emotional landscape, creating a mirage that obscures the harsh realities of gambling outcomes. Recognizing and challenging these distortions is paramount in interventions aimed at breaking the cycle of addiction. By unveiling the cognitive illusions that deepen the addiction to losing cycles, individuals can embark on a journey towards a more realistic understanding of chance, making informed choices that transcend the cognitive fog perpetuated by the distortions inherent in the complex world of gambling addiction. Trap number 5: illusion of control. In the intricate landscape of gambling addiction, cognitive distortions emerge as silent architects, constructing a framework of misconceptions and irrational beliefs that individuals adopt during their journey through the realms of chance. These distortions create a tapestry of illusions, luck, or inevitability that, far from offering clarity, shroud the addicted mind in a fog, deepening the addiction and leading towards financial ruin. One prevalent cognitive distortion is the illusion of control, wherein the gambler believes they possess a skill or strategy that can influence the outcome of a game of chance. Whether it's a conviction that a specific ritual or a particular way of placing bets can tip the scales in their favor, this illusion amplifies the sense of agency, providing a false belief that the individual has a measure of control over inherently unpredictable events. This illusion, though baseless, becomes a reinforcing factor, compelling individuals to persevere in their gambling endeavors, convinced that their actions hold the key to success. Trap number 6: illusion of luck. Another distortion is the illusion of luck, where the addicted mind ascribes personal luck or destiny to the outcomes of gambling. Whether attributing wins to a fortunate streak or losses to a temporary stroke of bad luck, this distortion perpetuates a skewed perception of causality. Luck becomes a narrative that the individual clings to, fostering a sense of hope and inevitability that keeps them entangled in an addictive cycle. The illusion of luck, while a comforting narrative, veils the randomness inherent in gambling, masking the true nature of outcomes. Trap number 7, the emotional roller coaster. Gambling addiction unfolds as an emotional roller coaster, a gripping journey defined by exhilarating highs and devastating lows that ensnare individuals in a relentless cycle. The emotional landscape of gambling is a symphony of anticipation and excitement as individuals place their bets, their hearts pounding with the thrill of chance. The transient euphoria of a win is a momentary summit where elation and joy cascade through the addicted mind. However, this emotional zenith swiftly gives way to the plummeting depths of despair and frustration when faced with a loss. The emotional roller coaster becomes a paradoxical allure, a captivating force that keeps individuals yearning for the fleeting highs, even as the inevitable lows become a poignant reminder of the complexities woven into the fabric of gambling addiction. The compounding factors. Gambling addiction seldom exists in isolation. Rather, it is intertwined with a web of compounding factors that magnify the complexities of the struggle. Financial stress, as one of the primary compounding elements, casts a shadow over the addiction, transforming the pursuit of wins into a desperate attempt to alleviate economic burdens. The perpetual cycle of losses leads to further financial strain, creating a feedback loop where the need for monetary recovery propels individuals deeper into the web of addictions. Social isolation, another compounding factor, often accompanies the secretive nature of gambling addiction, alienating individuals from their support networks. The isolation intensifies the emotional toll, amplifying the allure of the gambling environment as a pseudo-companion. Moreover, underlying mental health conditions, ranging from anxiety to depression, can act as silent architects, shaping and deepening the addictive patterns. These compounding factors intertwine, creating a multifaceted challenge that demands comprehensive interventions. Addressing gambling addiction necessitates recognizing and untangling the intricate threads of financial stress, social isolation, and mental health concerns, offering a holistic approach that acknowledges the interconnected nature of these compounding factors.